Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. If you would like um, a semi personal read, pick one, two, or three. Hashtag one, two, or three. And I'm going to pull you guys a card. So we're going to do one first. Polarization. Polarize between your wild self and your domesticated self. Tower moments, each one will have a tower. Hold on. Here goes, guys. The moon card in reverse. So this came up in reverse. This is for people who chose number one. The moon is the second of three celestial cards included in this tarot deck. It reminds us of the darkness which lurks outside and the power of nature. The light of a full moon can illuminate the world almost as well as the sun can. However, its light still isn't bright enough to cast out shadows, which is why being outside while under the moon can be scary. The moon reminds us to challenge our fears and go towards the dark areas of our mind, which we might ignore. You never know what lurks there and what can be dispelled by shining some light into them. Nighttime is also when most people sleep. They rest their bodies to recharge for the next day and dream. The moon also represents the need for us to have dreams. Our imagination is a fertile place where we can sort and work out daily events and make meaning of them. Without dreams, we wouldn't be able to understand what is reality and what is fantasy. Our imagination helps us to create new connections and solutions to many of the problems we face in today's life. Um, so in reverse, lack of clarity, look for the light, decipher shadows, examine the details of your life. Life is good. Inability to separate fantasy from reality. If something is out of place. I think for many people, um, a lot of what's been happening recently is the manipulation of dreams, parasitic manipulation of dreams. You have to be very aware of this. These dreams are being used, and they're not necessarily extremely scary. They're just weird, right? So many people are having weird dreams, and it's this thing of you need to make sure that these dreams are not attempts to incept thoughts to kind of get you destabilized within your thoughts, within your feelings. Um, Not long ago, a little bit ago, I was sharing with someone that I had the weirdest dream, and it took me a few days to realize it was a thought inception. And it was this thing of in the dream, some demonic lady, and I wasn't scared of her. I look back now and I'm like, yeah, no, that was clearly demonic. Some demonic lady with a grotesque face comes up to me and is like, "Your son is so handsome." And being the mother that I am, I'm like, I know, right? And he's so smart and he's so kind. All my sons are. And that person that on email looked really upset, like really irritated that I said that. And then the dream ended. It was done. That was it. It was done. And I thought back on it a few days later, and it was like, oh my God, something was totally trying to get me all riled up. Like, why is a demonic thing commenting on my kid? But I'm just, I know my children are protected. I wasn't upset. I was just like, I know, right? If you allow yourself to get upset by these dreams, because it's the moon in reverse, right? There are things that are being hidden from you. If you allow yourself to get upset in these dreams, there's a increased likelihood of destabilization. There's an increased likelihood of that. And as you become destabilized energetically, emotionally, then things can begin creating even more destabilization. So for those who pick number one, be very aware. You don't have to be afraid. Notice how just me being like, yes, my son is handsome and he's smart and he's kind. because that's the truth. Um, I mean, the dream didn't even continue any further. They were just like, bitch, don't talk truth to me and get mad that I agree. Be gone, demon, be gone. It couldn't do anything. It couldn't upset me. It couldn't create any type of circumstance. It couldn't do anything. So be aware of the power that you hold just by really being in the center space, your emotions and your thoughts. There have been other dreams that have been trying to be pushed on me that um, can be annoying, right? Like, ew, what is that about? That's fine. That's just a dream. I'm not letting that into my life. No. And then I feel something outside of me get annoyed again. Like, no, I'm good. I don't care what your issue is. Got nothing to do with me. I will not agree to that. I will not allow myself to get upset, destabilized, removed from my space of peaceful centeredness. And these are things you guys have to consciously choose for yourself. You have to remind yourself, no, I'm not going to. Okay. So for those who chose one, a lot of the energy is really like wacky lately. It's been very, very wacky. Okay. Let's go to card number 2. We're now on 2. If you chose number 2, it is judgment in reverse. So this came up in reverse. Okay. Judgment is all about rising up to meet the call of your destiny. You are the hero in your journey, and it's time to work towards what you are meant to do and become. Awaken each day to a new you and a new period of time when you can continue putting one foot in front of the other to make the life you have in your head be a reality in your waking world. Forgiveness and healing are also aspects of judgment. This is a second to the last card in the major arcana. As such, there's only one more step along the path of your spiritual journey. Before you can move on, you may want to consider forgiving and clearing out any past transgressions you have towards yourself and to others. Leave them behind so you can be reborn into a better future where you are free to move around as you desire. So, if you partake in the forgiveness program, totally fine. That's up to you. Um, you need to be careful about that program because oftentimes the forgiveness program forces you to identify as someone's victim, and in identifying as their victim, you are diminishing your perception of yourself to yourself, unfortunately. The better, more healthier way that I've found to address things that need to be released is really taking a good, honest look at what I have experienced, what that circumstance was trying to teach me about myself, about other people, whatever it is, right? And recognizing that whoever was involved, whoever the malignant person is, the one that tried to harm me, really, my soul used them as a tool, the means to get me to see things, to experience certain things that I wouldn't agree to considering. And so it becomes a thing of, okay, so my soul has been in control this whole time, and I'm supposed to learn something from this. I don't have to feel angry at that person per se. They were utilized because of their willingness to do ugly things to people. They were utilized. They're not absolved, but I don't have to feel resentment. I don't need to live in a space of holding on to the pain that someone else caused me. I can then begin to rise above the emotions of it, see it from a space of neutral, and begin to really process, what was I supposed to learn here? Okay, how will I apply this to my journey? And I think for those who pick card number 2, there are certain details to specific circumstance that you have lived through or are still living through that you need to begin detaching a bit, at least temporarily, from the emotions that have been become a result of what was done, right? When you're too much in the emotions, that can very much distort the way you see things and the way you move through things. When you can kind of detach from the emotions temporarily, you're still going to have to process the emotions at a later point. But when you can detach from the emotions, you can see more objectively, right? You can see more clearly, and you can make moves that are more in alignment with what you know you need, what you need to do, different potentialities that are laid out before you, all of these different things that soul is offering you. So, judgment in reverse, resisting the call. See what I'm saying? Soul is inviting you to rise to whatever is being offered, right? Um, avoid all connections with others. Ooh, what's happening in your life that you're needing to avoid connections with all others? That's a very slippery slope. Um, hmm, hmm. Be careful with that, okay? Those who are overtly toxic, absolutely avoid them. All others, avoid all connections with others. Wondering if you have such an elevated purpose, something parasitic is testing all your connections, testing all of your connections to others and seeing which one can be utilized. That's I don't know, that doesn't feel right. The the phrase avoid all connections with others. That makes me feel a little bit concerned for those who pick number 2. Because this is a general reading, can't I can't pick up on exactly what's happening. Hmm. That's a very ominous thing, though. Having many questions, holding yourself back, desiring to be sick, hiding in the darkness. Ooh. Hmm. I don't know. That feels weird. Let me just pull a couple cards for number 2. I feel like we just need some clarity. Is that okay? I obviously it's my channel. Whoever said I know it's my channel. Um, I feel like this needs more clarity. I for sure feel that. All right. I'm just well, I mean, it's not a good thing to hear. But if you were drawn to number 2 before the card was pulled, your soul is trying to prevent something bad, you know? Um, yeah, Kim, it might just be instruction from soul to not allow yourself to be distracted. And again, I want to be careful about I'm feeling something from someone. I'm not trying to figure out who, just because this is supposed to be a general reading, but the feel is that something is trying. Something is trying. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you feel like you're the one who is being tried, um, it's an initiation that's taking place. This is not something that you can or will clear out, but you're very heavily guarded. So this is an experience that soul is trying to encourage you to experience, because it's going to further cultivate your understanding of something. Of what? No, no sé. No sé. I don't know. It's something. It's something. So with information like that, that's typically indicative of you being or initiating, because it said initiation. Your soul has initiated a massive ascension cycle. I have said in the past, I don't know if I said it here. Am I allowed to say it here? Well, I mean, I was created with wicked as fuck ADHD. I have no working memory, sir. It goes, why ask me if you can say it when you've already mentioned it? um, okay. Anyways, now I forgot. I don't know. What was it? Oh, I have said in the past. I have said in the past, recent past, that I do anticipate for the shit show to initiate, um, and that it would increase in intensity until the 1212 portal, and then by the 1221 portal, it will start to diminish and level out. So we got until 1221, so we got about a month. Got about a month. Um, it's about to get lit. Things are gonna get intense. Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. And you just have to be ready. You have to mentally prepare yourself to be able to, like, you know, when people start acting a fool with you, be like, what's the date? I'm serious. You have to be like, what's the date? And if it's not yet, 12/21, or around that time frame, you can be like, this is what she was talking about. Okay. No, I don't need to take it personal. It's just people, she said people were gonna wild out, and I'm not taking it personal, but you cut the fuck out of my life. Hey, I'm saying, just because I don't take it personal that you're doing, demon horita activities and directing it at me, I'm not going to take it personal, but I'm not going to let you keep accessing me. There's a block and a ban button. And that's that. And maybe after the 21st, December 21st, you can unblock and unban them if you're worried about that. I don't know. I don't know. I think you need to give yourself permission to cultivate your space, um, in the way that you want or need. I think that's the primary message. So card number 3, perfected work, 4 of Wands, but this was in reverse. So if you picked card number 3, work has been done and a strong foundation becomes necessary for this project to carry through to completion. Without a sturdy floor or walls, a roof cannot fit over the top of a building. So make sure the first steps of this project carry forth a good beginning for the future. The Four of Wands represents the foundation as the first milestone. This is a stable anniversary, something to mark the occasion of putting in the effort to make something happen. This event can be big, like a marriage, or small daily goal which has been attained. It has the support behind it to keep moving the project forward. So, you guys who pick number 3, I'm telling you, soul is supporting all your efforts. It's supporting all of your efforts. All of your efforts. In reverse, it means being left out. Seek attention where it's wanted. Unstable foundation. Stand on your own merit. Seek opportunities that are right for you. So that's telling me, people who pick number 3, there might be issues of codependency. There might be issues pertaining to insecurities. You're struggling really hard to understand the gravity of you, to accept that you have an innate purpose, innate, I hear wealth, but also innate value. Like, there's nothing you need to do to earn this. This is already you. What you need to do and what you're probably in the process of doing is shedding the layers of identities that you have adopted. These are not truly you. These are layers of identity that you adopted in order to accommodate and placate ridiculous people in your environment. I think people who chose number 3, there is at least one person, if not several, who has consistent access to you. It might be a family member, it might be work, it's something. They're like a frenemy, and they keep making these demands of you to adjust your character, adjust your energy, adjust your perception of yourself because they feel small around you. You know, fuck that person. Not literally. Ew. Not literally. F them. Who cares what they think? They don't think good things about themselves. They don't think good things about anyone. You just happen to be their favorite target. That's not okay. That's not okay. You should not be allowing people to target you. You need to move out of the way. Don't just continue to stand there. Don't just be like, no, but I'm nice. No, 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 no. Get out of the way. Completely get out of the way. Don't play with them. Don't like, no, no. None of that has anything to do with you. That's their own internal circumstance. And they're being used to create a distraction that continues to distort as well as deteriorate your energy. You have to be careful about that. You have to be very, very mindful about the effects on you, because if you continue to allow that, boo, you're not going to be able to build what you need to build. You need that solid foundation. If I understand right, and I'm not like some type of carpenter or like general contractor or anything like that, which I like power tools. I do. I own quite a few. I like power tools, and I like to sometimes build stuff. But my limited understanding is that the foundation, the that's one of the hardest things, because if you mess up the foundational part of the house, the frame, Michael is just full of instruction right now, you guys. Um, anyways, the frame, you need to frame your thoughts properly, because if you don't, then everything you build from those distorted thoughts will also be skewed. It stands no chance of withstanding inclement weather if everything is skewed. Have you ever seen a house, the framing is tilted, it's like leaning to one side? That whole thing is going to topple like a house of cards. What you need to do is really, really build your awareness of what you're creating, your awareness of what soul is asking you to do. Are you building a business? For people who pick number 3, soul-based business mentorship. For those of you who don't know my history, I built multiple corporations with zero business knowledge. I used a soul-based model and my intuition, guidance directly from soul. I have had my Emmie Evolving business, which is, you guys know what Emmie Evolving is. It's me. Since 2017. 2017, and that was the start. I formed this company on 10/10/2017. And I wasn't into angel numbers or anything like that. I was told by Michael, 10/10/2017. Is it what? 10/10/2017. That's 10/10/10. Okay. So the numbers of it was already like, this is the first step. And since then, listening to the guidance of soul, I've built my own full on academy, complete with certification program. Not just that, guidance from soul, I sit as the president of a nonprofit religious based organization. I'm the head of a church with the guidance of soul. I created an entire community. Soul wants to guide you. Soul wants to guide you in what you are needing to do. Those who pick number 3, and anyone who's looking to get out of that 9 to 5, you're tired of it, it's probably not even for you. You see people be like, oh my God, I mean, that's so irresponsible. Why do you want someone confined to a 9 to 5? Because you're okay with working for someone else, being treated like shit, so you could get money for every hour of your life that you cannot get back? You put so much effort into that, and you will not see an increase based on your effort. That's nonsensical. That's more nonsensical than me telling you, what if when you listen to soul, you will experience a type of stability and happiness that you have never felt before. It doesn't mean everything will be perfect. It doesn't. But it means it will be worth it. And the payout for you will show you how worth it is. Michael says, I have to reassure you, all of you, I'm never going to retire from this work that I do. He says, take it further. Okay. I'm never going to retire from this work that I do. I will die doing this work. That means for however long I live, I'm going to be doing this work. I will go through periods where I will question. And in that questioning, I will be given the opportunity to commit even deeper to the work that I do. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. I'll go through my processes, right? So Blissful said, sure. Blissful had the soul-based business mentorship. And Blissful says, this mentorship session was deep. I'm still processing. Would you say, Blissful, that everything we covered during your session, you were already to some degree like thinking, feeling that those were things that needed to be considered, but you were like, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's not going to work out. But to hear it, to hear me communicate what your soul is trying to communicate to you, did it help you to understand, like, okay, literally soul has been talking to me this whole time, and here I thought I was just imagining it, just talking to myself. A lot of people, they think they're talking to themselves. I mean, who did you think your soul was? It's a higher self, meaning it's you, but a higher aspect of your consciousness, right? I want to say, if you guys have services that you want to do, you should email about a payment plan. You should email about that. While the sale is on, whatever the price is on the website, when you initiate a payment plan, my husband's going to kill me. Whatever price is on the website, when you initiate that payment plan, that is the price you will pay. It's not going to go up if you can't finish paying it by the time the sale is done. It's not. It's that price. That's why a payment plan, if you initiate it when it's still that price, that is the price you pay. Now, if you're going to initiate a payment plan the day after, that's not how it works. And my husband absolutely vetoed my ass because he does all the payment plan organization. So don't matter how much it was I make. I don't do that. He does. And he'll be like, nope, that's not what's on the website. So I would message. If you want to initiate a payment plan, you have to message what you want, what the price is, and that you want a payment plan. And then he'll be able to like reference that He'll also check the website to make sure that's the price, and then he'll create the payment plan for you. He'll tell you more information. Blissful says, yes, I just couldn't piece it together. It made me so emotional. This right here, this makes me emotional. I thought I was being a bit grandiose. It's like we can't believe it's like we can believe it for other people, but for whatever reason we just can't believe that this could ever apply to us, that we could ever have something so profound be part of our destiny, a purpose so powerful and profound. Like, there's no way. Why? Even for those of you who have never had private conversations with me, who have never had private sessions with me, I sit here and I tell you I can do this, this, and this, and you would believe it. Why? For all we know, I'm just a regular person. You know yourself. You know what you've lived through. You know how much you've overcome. And instead of seeing what you've overcome, instead of seeing what you have lived through and triumphed over, you don't take that next step, the part where you recognize, you acknowledge, and you accept that you have triumphed. No, instead, you focus strictly on the fact that someone did this to you, that hurt and harmed in this way. That's why you don't believe. That's the only reason why you don't believe. Card number 20. Ooh, this is the final card for all of us. Card number 20. The all-encompassing hand. You are the essence of my existence. Who am I? A mirror in your hand. Whatever you do, I will do. I am your irresistible reflection. With every breath, I feel my heart is beating with yours. In your joy, I am exuberant. In your sadness, I am in sorrow. If you are bitter, I become bitter. If you are grace, I become grace. My joy is when I am bewildered in your beauty and taste the sweetness of love on your lips. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. I have held your hand in mine for so long that I have long since ceased to distinguish where your sacred flesh once felt separate from mine. This sacred grasp pulses with love divine, and there is one hand holding and held, one being loving and loved. Though we may appear by less ecstatic angels to be two, the love that gives us this handfast, beloved, is so powerful we could spin the entire universe upon its axis, and still our hands would be joined gently and yet enduringly in unfailing love and sublime friendship. Perhaps you are in need of reassurance, dearest one. Perhaps you've been feeling somewhat alone on your path, or struggling with a matter deep within your precious, beautiful heart, and speaking of it to no one. Such loneliness can foster in the heart. With no other to bear witness to your life experience, you may question your life, your sanity, your truths, and create doubt where no doubt need be. This must stop now. You are worthy of so much more, And this suffering is not essential for your growth now. It's time to let it be and to open up to the touch of grace. So this oracle comes to you as a hand of the divine. It is the all encompassing hand, the hand that has no limitation upon the blessings it can bestow, upon the troubles it can lift from you, upon the tenderness it can communicate to you through sacred touch. All that divine hand to reach for you. Oh, allow that divine hand to reach for you, beloved. Do not turn it away. Do not let old shame, guilt, or mistaken notions of false independence keep you from accepting this heavenly hand. This hand reaches to gently wipe away tears of the past. It will deftly unravel the ties that have bound your own hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is incontestable and without limit. Like, let that sink in really quick. It will definitely unravel the ties that have bound your own hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is incontestable and without limit. That's not up for debate. Your worth is yours. No one can convince you otherwise. No one should be allowed to convince you otherwise. This divine hand will reach for you in your meditations, your sleep, and your prayers. It will reach for you through life circumstance, through the smile or hug you receive from another, or the touch of another human being. It's like your soul is trying to reach out for you so desperately that it's using others. I think because for many of you, you have felt so alone and so misunderstood, so forsaken for so long that your soul cannot stand it any longer. It wants to reassure you, it wants to soothe your pain. It will reach you through the song of a bird, the falling of leaves, the soft fur of a beloved pet, through song lyrics that seem to speak what you are feeling deep inside, or the colorful dress of the stranger across the street who catches your eye and makes you smile. This divine hand is reaching for you now through this oracle. Yes, says the great beloved, I am reaching for you. Yes, I know you. You are my own. I would never abandon you. Perhaps you have turned from me unknowingly, forgotten how much I love you because the world is in a forgetful daze and ignores the caress of the breeze, radiant in every sunset. Life is a touch bestowed by my hand. Shall you receive me? Let me love you. Let me restore your soul and remind you there's nothing to fear now. Come, lay down your weapons and your fear for this moment. Quit using that mouth to cry for war or to cry in despair. Bring yourself to my table and use that mouth to taste some bold and rich wine instead. Enjoy with me in this moment the unbreakable bond that lies between us. Allow me to bring the cup of wine to your lips. Behind your head, so gently lies my all encompassing hand. Know the peace of my love, so deeply can it register with you now that you shall never again forget it. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There may be a situation or circumstance in your life that you may feel is somehow unable to be solved. This, this oracle comes with reassurance that there is nothing beyond the reach of the divine hand of grace. All can be solved, all can be resolved. There is always a higher, better, more beautiful outcome possible. You are asked to pray using a divine, sacred honoring ritual and to do so with conviction. The divine has a situation in hand, and all is unfolding as it should be. Ask for help each day by saying, I ask for help this day in all ways through unconditional love. Thank you. You can be more specific in your request, asking for help in a particular relationship or project too, if you wish. The divine wants to lend you a hand. You must ask for help first, however, so ask. Empower that all powerful hand of grace to bless your life and all circumstances, relationships, and situations that have been or are yet to be for you. You have to allow these things to happen in the time frame soul has planned. Okay. Ooh, there have been so many hummingbirds around me lately. Hummingbirds are portents of happiness. Hummingbirds, yes. Let's see. Oh, I love that. I love that. Blissful. Blissful is talking about Blissful is talking about the soul-based business mentorship. And they say, since the session, I've been excavating some of my narrative. There's definitely more space within me to celebrate and accept the blessings unfolding. Yes. You need to dig out the fear and allow the space. Allow the space to be cleared. Allow yourself to receive what is rightfully for you. Allow, allow, allow. Remember, this reading, options are laid out for you. If you allow yourself to recognize what soul is trying to help you accomplish, that fear will not be as intense. Your hesitation, your own sabotage. I know, many. I do it too. I do it too. We have to stop sabotaging the efforts of soul. And we have to allow ourselves to get to a place where we begin to accept that all soul has really wanted to do is love us in the way we deserve, provide for us the very things that are worthy of us. And so that will happen. That will happen not because you are forced, but because you finally accept it is what you deserve. It will happen. Guys, I also want to let you know I've been a busy bee. Um, a book will be released soon. If you have been waiting for my first book to come out, you will not be waiting too much longer. Um, I'm at the end part, and this will be soon. So once it's actually finished printing and available, I will make another announcement and you guys will be the first to know. And oh, it's just one of them things. One of them things. Enjoy, and I hope everyone has an amazing and safe weekend. I shall see you again soon. Bye, everyone. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already subscribed. Please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, join me when I'm live, and I'll see you guys again.